bottom of it. All right, Thor.
Episode 11, 52 axe patterns. Let's go. I'm Ed with Redbeard Knife and Tool, and this is my story about the intricacies of restoring and hanging 52 different axe patterns. There's something intimate about bringing an old axe back to life. Some have been through a lot, and some haven't. And giving them a new purpose, whether it's hanging them on a wall or putting them back into service, I get to change their history. Every axe has a story. So this is a Japanese splitter, typically traditional Japanese rectangular eye. It's got the 3 scratch marks and then more marks on the side here. You see the 3 scratch marks and then the more marks on the side. Traditionally, these were put on a lot of their axes for protection. Traditionally, these signified a bear claw, and then I can't remember what other these marks signify. But that's how you distinguish. That's how you distinguish the Japanese style axe heads. So this, I'm going to have to make a handle because no one makes handles with these weird looking rectangular eyes. So this is what I have going on here. This is a Whiskey River 30-inch handle blank, and I've already traced out what I think. Typically they have a really long tongue. I'm only going to come down to about right there, but I'm going to get this cut on my bandsaw, and it's going to have sort of a bigger palm swell on the bottom. Oop, little spider there. That's all right, he don't eat much. Looks pretty good. Yeah, so we got center. We're good. So I'm going to mark it center on the here, up top, center, or in the back, in the front, so we know where that's at. So now I'm going to mark my layout lines. I have this super cool little centering tool. They're in my Amazon affiliate store if you want to check them out. You just stick the pencil in there, kick it sideways till it don't move, and you can slide it up and down. Put a little bit of pressure on the pencil, and it marks it. It marks center. It does a pretty good job. I dig it. That is well enough. Nice center line. Flip it over to the back side. So I'm looking. It's around just over 9/10 on the front of the eye, and on the back it is about 1 and 5 1/1000ths, 1 and 50 1/1000. So yeah, it's actually 1 and 30 1/1000ths, but I'm going to make it probably 1 1/4, and then I'll take the meat off from there. So we're going to call it good at 1 1/4 right there. What's cool about this little track, it holds my carpenter pencil in there nice and neat. Anyway, so let's get this cut out and start getting this thing shaped up. Now it's starting to feel like a handle a little bit. All right, let's get the eye shaped, or the handle, the tongue shaped for the axe. That's next. This is going to be freaking cool. I traced the bottom of the axe eye. If you can see that, I traced it so I can get a better idea. But the first thing I need to do is chamfer the bottom. That way, when I go to hit it, and I just happen to have a glancing blow, it doesn't knock a corner off. So I'm going to taper this down some. There, that's a little better. That way it gives me a little bit of a target where I can make sure I'm hitting the handle and not the swell. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing started and see if we get this thing fitted up. Oh, we're going in. Let's see. I don't think we're in far enough though, but for it to stick. A little. But when I pop this thing off, it's going to give me a memory. The handle's going to leave me some memory to go off of, and we'll go from there. This is exciting. So I'm just going to go this way now, and that way when I do it, it kind of tapers this at the same time. Because we're getting close. I think we're close. I think it looks pretty good. Knock it with a hammer. See what it says. It's trying to go forward on me a little. Yep. About halfway. Check that out. That is going to be a super main splitter. And it's straight. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It's really got, just on the sides, a little bit up front, but I'm not going to mess with the front too much. If I take off anything, it's going to be off the back. But I'm just going to worry about the curl and where I'm touching, and just take it easy because it's got a really sharp pole, and I want to make sure that we're where we need to be. Let's check it out. Let's smack it. Yep, we're about 3/4 of the way. So just a matter of pop this thing off and see what it looks like again. There we go. So just a little bit in the back, nothing in the front yet, and a bunch on the sides. So I'm going to remove this curl right here and right here, and I'm not going to mess with the back, but the taper will eventually take into effect, which is coming up here pretty soon. Still kind of trying to come down a little bit on the front, but that's pretty common for very heavy front heavy axes. So I'm gonna have to be careful with that, but it's almost touching in the back. We got a little bit more. Looks like we got it all on the sides. It's just a matter of working our way down till we get contact all the way around. It looks like we got it on the front, so yeah. I think we're there. Check that out. We got curl all the way around. Yep. That's exciting. Let's pop this thing off. All right, this is where we're at. This is really nice. We got contact all the way around, and it looks freaking great. So now I'm going to round these off, right? Some of these layout lines, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean these lines, clean this up, put new layout lines down, and go from there. Yeah. I totally forgot I had my little brand new layout pencils. So what I'm basically going to do, I'm going to do an oval shape like I did that Rockaway, and I'm just going to use my finger to keep center all the way up to about right there. Yeah. That works. So I really just need to know where center is on these. Flip this over to the other side. And I'm just going to do like that on all four sides, because once I get it onto the grinder, feel is going to determine everything else once you get the final, rough shape down. So yeah, that'll work. I'm going to do the front and the back, and that's it. This is where the fun begins. So I'm going to start taking off material from the corners and kind of create like that U shape. I'm not going to touch the front and the back, the layout line, but I'm going to worry about these corners of getting the right angles down on them. Dude, this is a 6-sided handle. I've seen them a few times, but I've never thought about making one. But it feels fantastic. I think I'm going to make this a 6-sided handle. Let's do it. Now I'm going to work on the palm swell, so I need to be careful not to mess with this beautiful hexagonal handle. This is cool. Yeah, so I need to work on the palm swell a little. All right, I gotta switch over my grinder, and so I can work on this little spot, and then we'll continue on. But man, yeah, this thing's freaking cool. I dig it. All right, so we have the handle. I just got to get it sanded down, and then I'm going to treat it with iron acetate. So I'm going to sand it down and torch it, and then treat it with iron acetate. But look at that palm swell. It's got a little bit of a knotty knot, and it runs up down here, but I'm not really that concerned about it because the shock is going to be up here anyway. So yeah, but the handle is done for the most part, and now we're going to work on bringing this toe back. You can see it needs to come back to about that far to be parallel, so it's going to take some work. So we're going to get started on that. If you notice, I have to cool in between every grind because there's just so much material and so much heat builds up that I have to cool it off every grind. But she's looking good. We are there. Check that out. Look at the bevel on this thing. It is absolutely ridiculous. Let me see if I can find my, yeah, here's my bevel gauge. So it's gotta be, yeah, it's like a 46, 45, a little more than a 45. But man, if that's not an awesome splitting profile, I don't know what is. But yeah. So from here, I'm going to sharpen it or finish refining the bevel with, I'm going to go, this is 26 grit because I was removing a lot of material. So this is actually a 24 grit. So I'm going to go to 36, then 60, 80, then 120. And I'm stopping at 120 because this is a splitter, and I'm just going to clean it up from there. And that's it. So this is going to be super cool. That was such a long grind. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing sanded with my palm sander and get the iron acetate started activating while I finish the grind. So, and again, I forgot to plug it in. And it might help if I had the right paper on it. Start with 80, just to kind of knock off the stuff and kind of get everything situated. Now on to 120. But look at that. Look how crisp and clean those lines are. Man, yeah, I'm freaking excited about this handle. It is super cool. Got it torched. Now I'm going to knock it, kind of rub it down with the sanding sponge to get all the gunk off. And then while it's still hot, I'll immediately hit it with iron acetate. Oh man. Let me get some gloves on. I got the iron acetate already poured it out into my little container there. So I don't suspect that I will have to use, this is the new iron acetate that I made a few weeks ago. I think it's about ready. Let's see what it looks like. It definitely smells vinegary. It's got a very strong vinegar smell to it. Very strong. All right. Let this sit till it dries, and then I'll hit it again a couple of times and see what it looks like. Let's get back on the grinder. This is where we were. We left it at 24 grit. Now we're going to go to 36, and then 60, and then 80, and then 120. And I think that's going to be it. And we'll just hit it with a conditioning belt just to knock the burr off. And I think that'll be good. Because it's a mall. It doesn't need to be super, super duper pretty. But yeah. So let's get going. That's it. And we're just going to do this for every other grit from here on out. So let's roll the time lapse. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Not like super polished, but it's still pretty. So the axe head is ready to receive the handle. So man, look how beefy that edge is. Let's check the bevel on it. I'm gonna say it's probably about a 45. Yeah, maybe a little bigger because I did put a convex bevel on it. You can see it kind of tapers toward the center. Kind of goes, you know, like that. So yeah, because that's just what I do. For the tools that I have, that's what works for me, and I like it. But yeah, look at that. Let's put another coat on that handle. While that's drying, we're going to work on this wedge. So we just need to take it down a little bit. Don't need to put any curves on it, just make it totally flat and just make sure it fits. That's going to be pretty simple for a wedge, I think. Do. Now, I think we're going to have to do some cross wedges. I went ahead and cut the cross kerf. So we're going to have to wait till that handle dries to see what we need to see what that looks like when we get to that point. So yeah. All right, we got the sweet ass hexagonal handle. And the head's ready. Let's get this thing set. So because the handle is so, not the handle, because the head is so heavy, so when I go to hit it, it's going to, the nose is going to come up because that's where most of the weight is. So I'm going to set the edge of it on my log. And that's it. That's when it lets me know that it's there. Check that out. Is that sick or what? Cut it for a cross wedge. Right? So, let's get this handle in, get it wedged. All these pieces are Purple Heart, so I think it's going to be pretty slick. Get that in there. I forgot to put some walrus oil on this. Be right back. I found me some walrus oil.
Yep.
Yep. It just happened to be here at Whiskey River, and Brandon's going to help me get this thing wedged.
Wedge it up. This is a Japanese axe, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Japanese splitter, that profile on it. Ridiculous.
Yeah. I'll bust some wood apart. And it's a 6-sided handle you made for it.
Yeah.
7.
It's pretty
6.
slick.
6.
6.
Yeah. What are we wedging it with?
We got Purple Heart. Oh,
Okay.
we need the walrus oil. Walrus oil.
Yep. This is the polymerized linseed oil that we sell when we have it. It smells amazing.
Scoopy. Let me give that a tap. Let me get this one out. Cross wedges are a little tricky sometimes.
I don't ever cross wedge. I tried, but I just stopped.
All right, that's good. Get these started.
So I'm learning.
All right.
Purple Heart. You want to clamp it in this, or how do you want to put it on the ground, or
hold it
you gonna hold it?
for now? Oh, the big one.
Yeah, this is the head that you gave me.
Moving. Put it on there. Yeah, I need to clamp that or a little bit closed. Right, just on the wedges. Okay, that's good. Just keep them in place. That should be good. I don't know if they're gonna move now.
That's looking great.
It's pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
Axe handle ASMR.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
It's good though.
Yeah. Give her one big one. One more big
Put it on the
one.
ground and slam it. Or, yeah, or that way. Just don't bust your...
I was gonna put the bottom on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And push the head down.
All right. We Shinto rasping it off or what?
Oh, we gotta have to cut it first, but yeah. Where's the flat?
You better use that Japanese pole saw.
Right.
And not the Harbor Right one. It's got to come up a little bit.
Oh, no.
A lot of wood. That's a lot of wood.
It's a lot of Ed's wood.
This I got in the collection a couple days ago. Tyler's the only one that has used it. So.
It's a real pole saw.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Ooh, yeah. You want some sandpaper? Oh, we got some on the top.
Lots of pieces and parts. Oh, shit.
Pardon.
It's interesting. The head's such a block. But
I love
it's
it.
hard to clamp. Yeah.
I've had a few Japanese splitters in my day and love them.
Pretty sexy.
Oh, yeah, baby. Now throw some of this on there.
I brought this.
Oh, yeah. The coveted boiled linseed
The
oil.
sweetest BLO.
Oh. Very good. Very good.
It's like this because I flew with it, so I didn't want it.
In your carry-on.
Yep.
Also, no BLO is allowed in this building except
Right here.
what he brings.
And we're gonna...
It's the rule.
I'm gonna give it to Travis.
So we just
take it home.
squirt it all over the paper and then put it in the sunlight.
Mm-mm.
All right. All right, let's get this thing over. I'm not wearing gloves.
I never...
Ooh. Wow. That looks beautiful.
It does. Six-sided hickory Japanese splitting axe. Got a rag.
Yeah. That paper towel right there. Oh, here. You can use these.
We'll bring that with us when we leave.
Yeah, that's literally what I was thinking. Besides the paper. You got a rag for this.
This
No open
highly...
house tomorrow.
No, it's a literally open house. No building left.
Open investigation. New skylights.
Dude,
That's beautiful.
That's stunning.
Yeah.
acetate.
Wow. You can see the difference how the wood changes because this is the original without it. The
Oh, yeah.
iron acetate.
Yep.
That's impressive.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is yours, man.
What?
Yeah.
Can I swing it?
Yeah.
I mean, not right now. 'Cause it's concrete, but
Hit the concrete.
oh
Go.
my gosh, it's my splitter. I've never had a Japanese splitter, and of course I've seen them online and such. But all right, thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks for coming.
I'm
Appreciate
excited.
it. Yeah.
We're here for the open house, so I had this sent up ahead early, so we could get it hung here, and I'll leave it here with Brandon, so
Yeah.
he can have it here.
Yeah, and I'm gonna split wood because that's what I do. I split wood.
What it's meant for.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's got a little knotty knot on the bottom.
Yeah, a
That'd be
little
right.
bit. Yeah, it's great.
Thank you for watching. This is episode 11 of 52X Patterns. Japanese splitter. So, like, share, and subscribe. And if you like what you see, shoot me a comment. If you don't, I'll hear about it too. Just let me know. Thanks for hanging out with me in this journey. This axe was a pretty cool axe to build, and that's it. That's all I got. Y'all have a good day. Jake is here with the Japanese splitter.
You know, it would be hilarious get him like steel toe Crocs.
Oh yeah.
The only thing is the bottom of it.
All right, Thor.